Hey, what's going on? Happy Monday. In a little under a minute's time, we're going to get going with today's recording of the Client by Client podcast. If you've checked it out in Apple Podcasts or Spotify, if you left me a rating and review because you're getting value, it means the world to me. Hope your Mother's Day was amazing. Mother's Day was great. Got to spend some time with family. Mother's Day is always a little weird for me. Losing my mom 10, 11 years ago now. I didn't feel it yesterday, but I'm feeling it a little bit today. So I'm going to get through today's episode and and get on with my day. So I hope this is finding you well. Hope your Monday has started out great. Let's just stop the timer and let's get in and get this going. Going to give you 3 call to actions that you can use. That way you can have some lead gen going on and have some tools in your tool belt to be pulling from to get some clients. Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's up, guys? Jeremy here from whatupjeremy.com, back with another episode of Client by Client. Thank you so much for being here today. In the last episode of Client by Client, I shared with you some of the pitfalls to avoid if you're looking to get more sales calls booked onto your calendar. So if things have been a little bit dry, maybe you don't have enough opportunities in the form of sales calls on your calendar, I shared with you what to do and also what to avoid doing so that you can have more calls booked, have more opportunities to transform more lives, right? Which is what we do here. It's the Get Clients way of life. It's what we do here in Client by Client. So be sure to backtrack one episode and check that out. If you have more inside that tank and you want to help more people, but you just don't have enough sales opportunities on the calendar. In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you a couple calls to action that I like to use that you can just steal from me and you can go and put them inside of your content. You can send an email out, you can do a post inside of your group and get some more opportunities to get some new clients rolling in. Now, the first thing I need for you to know about these calls to action is a little bit of context, because there is a right way and a wrong way to use these. The wrong way would be to just post these to your Facebook profile. It would be to just use this as the caption on an Instagram post. But a great way to use these is at the end of delivering value. So let's say you have a podcast or you do a daily live stream. Let's say that you did a 3-tip post on Instagram. At the end of it, you can paste in the words that I'm going to speak to you, and you can use them as a call to action, or you can even use them verbally at the end of a podcast like I'm going to do today, although it's not one of the ones that I include because it's not one of the ones that I include, at least at this point. And so you can use these as the bottom of the email as a PS. You can use these as a comment in your Facebook group post. The only place I would use these standalone is to an email to your list if you have one. So if you don't have an email list, you shouldn't just copy and paste this and use this as a post. Use it at the bottom as a PS. If you have a Facebook group, these can work as a post, but you're not going to want to do these too often because it can burn out your group members, and it can, some people can get the perception that you're only looking for clients when you and I both know that you're delivering a ton of value and you earn that right? Like you showing up every day, you deserve the right to call people to action. So you can use these CTAs, like I mentioned, as a PS, as a standalone email or Facebook group post. But what you don't want to do is on your organic social media where you just have your normal audience, not people who've opted in, not people who've joined and requested access to your group. These probably aren't going to do you really justice. And instead, I want you to be adding more value. And a little bit of the reason why is because you want people to understand that you have the goods, that you have the know-how before you specifically and strategically call people to action. When you have people on an email list and a Facebook group, they are saying, I want to hear more from you. And if you don't call them to action, then I think that you're doing a massive disservice to them. So whether you have an email list or a Facebook group or not, these are going to work great for you. And these pull amazingly well in conversation for starting the convos, for actually getting folks to raise their hand and to identify themselves as potential prospects for you in your coaching business. The first call to action that I want for you to start using is the looking for call to action. And there's a couple varieties of this. So I'm going to give you the kind of overall umbrella branch of this, and then you can do with it what you will. The idea is that you're looking for a few people to work with. So a good example of this might be, I'm looking for 3 coaches. I'm looking for 3 single moms. If we go with the single mom analogy a lot for women who are looking to get their high school body back. I'm looking for 3 middle-aged men who want this result. So I'm looking for number of this specific kind of person. I'm looking for 3. I'm looking for 5. I'm looking for 10. people, you're going to plug in the kind of person you're looking for. If it's coaches, you're going to put the word coaches. If you help single moms to get their high school body back, you're going to say single moms. If you help middle-aged men, you're going to plug in the words middle-aged men. However you describe your audience, however they self-identify. And then at the end of it, it's the specific result. And so what that might sound like in my business is I'm looking for 3 coaches who want to make 15K in the next 30 days. I'm looking for 3 to 5 coaches this month who want to double their client roster in the next 90 days. And what you want to do is play around with this to make it believable. If you're just getting started, you shouldn't say, I'm looking for 10 of these kind of people. I'm looking for 100, because people are going to smell the BS. So I would recommend using the numbers 2, no more than 5. So that might sound like I'm looking for 3. I'm looking for 2. I'm looking for just one more type of person looking for this end result. Now, the way that you can mess this up is by starting to the number one way that you can mess this up is by trying to look bigger than you are, or trying to model the other coaches that you're aspiring to help in your space. I'm going to start that one over because I'm going to make that stronger. The number one way that you can mess this up, aside of putting a number that's too large that you're looking for, like I said, don't put you're looking for 10 people if you're looking for just 2 or 3. The next way that you can mess this up is at the end when it comes to the big result. So I say coaches looking to get 15K in the next 30 days, for instance. That end part of looking to get, you guys will have this inclination, most people that I show this to make it sound really polished. So what you might sound like is, I'm looking to help 3 middle-aged men raise their testosterone, get stronger than ever before, and attract in the wife of your dreams. That's just way too polished. And what you need to stay in is in the pain or problem or one specific thing they're looking for. So the other way that you can mess this up is having too many options in there. So if you say, I'm looking for 3 coaches who want to get more leads, turn them into more clients, and live an epic life. That's way too much, and it's way too polished. You want one specific result. And if you have a problem figuring out what that one specific result is, you're not tuned in enough yet into the business. You're not developed yet enough into the business. And I would really highly recommend getting around a group of people or around a coach or a mentor that can help you tighten these things up. This problem of not talking in pains and instead wanting to talk the polished, rainbow and butterflies under the sun language is also killing your results. And so you need to stay in pain and problem. And what that sounds like is addressing what's going on in their mind. So a lot of my clients are looking for money, right? So I'm going to go there. They're not necessarily, although some of you are, looking to live the epic life, because right now they just want to get in $7,000 or $15,000 before the end of the weekend revenue. They can worry about the epic life later. Their epic life includes getting that money in. So let's just talk about that. So do not make this too pretty and polished. Stay in the pain and stay in the problem, because through doing that, you're actually entering the conversation going on in your prospect's mind. And that conversation going on is around pains and problems, not around what the future looks like in its perfect form. The first call to action I want you to start using is the looking for post. I call it the looking for post, but this works in email, this works in conversation, and in talking just out loud like I'm doing right now, and like I do at the end of every one of these shows. The next call to action that I want for you to use is also going to be one where you like I said, you use this more in an audience or in a place where people have opted in and are already kind of looking for some help, like a Facebook group or like an email. And this also, guys, if you have an email list, schedule this type of email. And the post I just gave you a second ago, that call to action I gave you a second ago, every 21 to 30-ish days, you want an email like this going out to your list. That's very simple. Many of you guys are over-delivering in the value and never actually asking if your audience wants some help. And this is going to help you with it. You're going to think it's far too simple, but it's the Dean Jackson 9-word email is, would you like this thing? It's an email that's typically between 7 to 10 words plus your name as a signature, and that's it. And so what that sounds like from a couple variations that I would send to my email list, that I have sent, that I do send to my email list, is something like, would you like to get 3 to 5 clients? Would you like to install a lead gen system that works on autopilot? Would you like to have more calls on your calendar? It's question mark and then signed me. And then if it's an email, I hit enter like 30 times so that there's white text. You want for this to feel like it's a personal email coming for you from you when you do this in email. Gene Jackson also talks about SPEAR. It's an acronym. It's short. That's S. It's P. That's personal. ER, expecting a reply. It's short, personal, expecting a reply. Your audience, your email subscribers are going to get this email and they're going to think it's from you, and they're going to be way more inclined to reply than they might when they just get one of your value email that looks like everyone else's in your space's value emails. This is a great way to stand out from everybody else. This is one of the reasons why I send email in plain text and I don't make them look like MailChimp or a graphic designer did them. That's also a great way to kill your email deliverability. This one is, I know it's so simple and it sounds way too simple, but this one pulls more than anything else that I have for you when it comes to entering the conversation and getting back what you need. So like a big issue is like a lot of you guys think that people are going to buy from your social media, that you can put shit out and that people just buy. And that's not the reality at all. And you have to build a relationship with them. You have to build some value with them, get them to your email list or to your Facebook group, and then have an actual call to action where it's more aligned with a buying decision. Like, would you like some help getting clients? Would I just put that in an Instagram post? No, I would not. I would make this contextual so that it makes the most sense and has the most opportunity of actually starting the conversation. It's another thing I should have said in the beginning. This post is more of a buying intent than anything else, right? But it's still not them committing to buy. It's them saying, yeah, I want some clients. And then we can have a conversation around it. These are just to start the conversation and to gear it into and get it into the direction of having a sales conversation with them. But the goal is not for them to buy from this. A lot of you guys get so excited when someone leaves a comment or you get your first email response back because you think that's money in the bank. And that's not the case. It's like asking someone on a date and then assuming they're just going to marry you, all right? You haven't even gotten the kiss yet. You haven't even gone on a couple dates yet. You don't even know each other. There are things that need to happen in between someone replying to your email and someone buying from you. I know my veterans, my seasoned coaches understand this, but it's worth explaining and worth resetting the expectations for you or for your sales team as well. The third call to action is a little bit of a modification to this, but it's a follow-up. And this can work great as, and the last call to action I gave you, would you like this thing? And this one, these also work great as DMs to people you've had conversations with and as great follow-ups. That's a little secret side tip. These are great follow-ups. The third call to action is, are you still looking for this thing? Are you still looking for some clients? I like to send this as an email when I do send this at the end of the month. Are you still looking for some more clients? Do you have room for some more clients still? Are you still looking to drop 10 pounds? Are you still looking to raise your testosterone? Are you still looking to do this thing? And what I would also recommend in this is stay in pains and problems. Do not stay in pretty solution, all right? Are you still looking for a new job? Are you still looking to leave your day job? Is your day job still crushing your soul? Question mark. That's way more pain and problems, right? So are you still looking for this thing? It works as a great email. It works also as a great follow-up to individual prospects. So if you have prospects in your Messenger or your Instagram DM or your mail inbox, number one, why aren't you using GetBookedCRM to manage your pipeline and to manage your follow-up? But you can scroll through those and say who hasn't responded or who has a conversation gone dry with, and you can just send this. Are you still looking for this thing? And they're going to respond with, yes, I am. What do you got for me? Or yes, or no, or they're just not going to respond. But the people who do respond, it's going to wake them back up, and now you can have that sales conversation with them. Whenever you are ready, here are a few ways I can help you grow your online business. I'm going to start that back over. So that's what I have for you in today's episode. Take these calls to action, make them, program them into your email CRM and into your email service provider so that you can have these going out automatically without you having to think about them, because many of you guys are going to second guess the simplicity that I just handed to you on a silver platter, and you're not going to send these out, or you're going to be inclined to make them sound super polished and super pretty promised land-y. Make them the way I just gave you them, as close as you can to them, and then schedule them in your email and walk away. Do not sit there and think about it. Do not sit there and second guess them. Do not sit there and make them pretty and polished. But take these, put them in your notes app or put them wherever you can recall them back, so that whenever you need a little bit more leads, or when you see that there's an opportunity in your sales calendar to get some more clients in, use these and send these out, have them pre-planned inside of there, and keep them in your tool belt so that you have more tools for you to start more conversations that are a bit more buyer intended, and you can have those sales conversation and get a couple of clients. Whenever you're ready, here are a few ways I can help you grow your online business. Coaches, if you're managing your leads and your pipeline from your inboxes and social media, then you're leaving opportunity on the table and you're losing leads in the cracks. That's why I created GetBookedCRM. It helps you get leads and turn them into clients in half the time. To get your free copy, all you have to do is message me the letters CRM on Instagram or wherever you're consuming this. Second, join my free group for online coaches. I got almost 1,000 coaches in a Facebook group from all over the world. They're just a baby step ahead of you at the same step you're at or a small step behind. And in this group, I share all of my favorite resources, all the things I find helpful in the world that I come across. And it's where I have my most prized possession. It's my community. So all you have to do is drop the word group wherever you're consuming this, or over on Instagram, send me a DM with the word group, or search Leverage Coach on Facebook so that you can hop in and start accessing all of those good things. Third, become my next success story. I'm getting a couple coaches together this month to implement my methods for getting 15K in new clients or doubling your online roster over the next 30, 60, 90 days. But I'm super picky about who I work with. So only respond to this or message me about this if you are a relationship-focused coach who always puts the person ahead of the money. You've been coaching for at least 1 year. You'd like to get 3 to 5 clients organically from Facebook, Instagram, or social media every month without wasting money on paid ads. You have at least 300 friends on a social media platform or in an email list or group. You're willing to take bold action because you know that your success depends upon it. And last but not least, you can keep a secret. If that's you, I want you to find me on Instagram at WhatUpJeremy, and I want for you to message me the words case study. When you do that, I'll share with you what we have coming up this month in the Get Clients program, how we're already helping other students with my frameworks, methodologies, and what would have the highest impact on your business the soonest, and what would help you move the needle in your business. All you have to do is message me case study on Instagram at WhatUpJeremy. That's it for me in today's episode of Client by Client. I'll see you guys back tomorrow with another one. Cheers. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed it. Happy Monday. Enjoy the week. See you guys back tomorrow.